AITA for telling my sister she's not really the kind of mom she says/thinks she is. My sister, we'll call Kamantha, 40s, is much older than me, mid-20s. Kamantha is a mom and it's her whole personality. She constantly posts on social media that her home is open to any kid who might not feel like they have a place to go. She gets real into it, and every fifth or so post is one of those memes about being the cool place to crash. Or that she wants to be the house where all the kids can just walk in and grab a soda. She has her kids' friends call her Mama K. Whatever. Recently we were talking on the phone and she cursed and said, "Not again," and said she had to be quiet so no one knew she was home. She then ranted about her neighbors who yell and scream all the time, and their daughter who we'll call Annabelle, 7. I guess Annabelle and Kamantha's daughter Petal, 8, are friends. Annabelle comes over every day or tries to. Rings the bell and sits on the porch if they aren't home, etc. Kamantha said when Annabelle comes over she's always asking for food and Kamantha feeds her most days. Kamantha said that Annabelle's older sister, Betty, 15, refuses to go in the house when the dad is home. She will even sleep on their porch. To me, this screams that these girls are at the very least food insecure, likely neglected, and possibly abused. Kamantha said that she was just done dealing with someone else's kid. I laughed and said, "Ha! So much for all those Facebook posts, eh?" Oh, was she pissed? She asked me what I meant and I said that she posts about being the cool mom and the place all the neighborhood kids could crash, but then when someone actually seems to need that safe place, she's hiding in her bathroom and pretending she's not at home. I said that I guess she's not really the kind of mom she says she is. She went mental, screaming at me about how I don't know anything. Granted, Kamantha said that she'd be fine with it if the girl didn't bully Petal in school. I asked her what Annabelle had done to bully Petal, and she said that occasionally Annabelle doesn't sit with Petal at lunch and one time kicked mulch at her during recess. To me, these didn't sound like bullying but like typical playground conflicts. And frankly a pretty weak excuse, and I told her so. Anyway, Kamantha isn't talking to me currently and keeps sending me hateful texts about not knowing anything about kids. While I 100% don't think she's responsible for dealing with Annabelle, I do think she's being an asshole for saying she's that kind of mom online, but then not actually doing it when it's happening in real life. So, AITA? Edit. I did ask during the call if she had called CPS on the parents. Kamantha said she doesn't have enough evidence to make a report. I told her that sleeping outside rather than inside because the dad was home was evidence, and she told me to shut up and not tell her what to do. I also live 3 states away and don't know any of the addresses or even the streets that Betty/Annabelle live off of, so I don't actually think I can call CPS, as all I have is a third-hand conversation as evidence and no specific location. NTA? But I feel so bad for Annabelle and Betty. It sounds like you gave your sister a bit of a reality check and now she's questioning her identity as the cool mom, or at least mad at you for pointing out the hypocrisy. She's technically not responsible for Annabelle, and I bet it gets really frustrating having an extra mouth to feed, not to mention 8-year-old to entertain. All the time, but put up or shut up, right? I probably wouldn't antagonize her anymore about it, but maybe it will make her reevaluate what she shares online. Has anyone called CPS on Annabelle and Betty's parents? They should definitely have an issue with the older one sleeping outside rather than be around her father. On to story 2. AITA for putting dinner away and playing video games after my girlfriend came home drunk? My GF and I live together. I am 29 and she is 26. We've lived together for 6 months. I have been very busy at work, and with life so yesterday I was really looking forward to cooking dinner for GF and I and relaxing. We had this planned all weekend. My GF is more of a social butterfly than I am, so she had plans yesterday morning with her friends. She had brunch at 11, and I was planning on having dinner ready by 6:30. I expected her to have a few mimosas at breakfast, but nothing too crazy. Maybe she'd get home and take a nappy nap before dinner. Basically, brunch turned into going to one more bar after, around 1 p.m., which turned into more bars, which basically became bar hopping all day. She was texting me insisting that she will be home in time for dinner, but by the way she was talking I could tell she was drunk. I started making the pasta around 5 p.m. Around 5:30 I saw on her Snap story that she was doing shots at a bar in a completely different neighborhood of Chicago. I didn't want to be the boyfriend who nags, so I let it go. I was getting seriously annoyed because I was thinking, oh great, she's going to be hammered for our nice night we had planned. At 630, she was not home yet. I saw on her location that she was now at a different bar from where they were taking shots at. I ate and asked my friends if they wanted to play PlayStation, so I packed up the food, put it in the fridge, and hopped on PlayStation with the boys. GF arrived home around 7:15 p.m. clearly drunk. She asked WTF I was doing and what about dinner. I said she was late, and dinner was done, but it's in the fridge so she can heat some up if she wants. She apologized for being a little bit late, but basically gave me a half-assed laughing apology saying, "You never know what to expect when the girl gang goes to brunch." I said that's fine, but I now have other plans. She called me rude and went to bed. We haven't talked much about it today, but I can tell she is being passive-aggressive, so am I the asshole? Edit. Oh, and she also went and said my dinner didn't look very good, so she door-dashed Taco Bell. NTA. Like you said. She was home almost an entire hour late. Did she seriously just expect you to sit at the table with a cold dinner twiddling your thumbs and waiting for her? And the fact that she just door-dashed her own food and insulted your cooking is even worse. Your GF doesn't sound very mindful of you, your time, or your efforts. And the fact that she's giving you the silent treatment to try and make you look like the bad guy is even worse. Honestly, she put her girl gang ahead of you. I would stop and reevaluate your relationship with her. Has she frequently been picking her friends or other things over you?